Welcome to The Right Journey, an interactive, intimate, and introspective journey into screenwriting, novel writing, and playwriting that empowers you to take ownership of your creative journey and expression. We upload new episodes weekly, so please like and subscribe for more content from the Writing Studio. It is time to conceptualize and dramatize your idea. Your concept focuses on character and action, a character in a place doing something and wanting something. In this episode, we will explore how to dramatize and articulate your idea. Let's dive in. Expressing your story's idea gives everyone a clear focal point for shaping the narrative. Anyone interested in your story will inevitably ask what it's about. A concise expression of the core idea helps them quickly decide whether it's worth their time and attention. Many writers start with good ideas but fail to dig deep enough to uncover something original. If the concept isn't fresh, the story can't surprise. Express the story's essence briefly. Summarize the dramatic core in 1 or 2 sentences. Your concept must state what the story is about. Question: who is the story about? What do they want? What blocks them? Take the concept for A Quiet Place from screenwriting duo Brian Woods and Scott Beck. In a post-apocalyptic world, a family is forced to live in silence while hiding from monsters with ultra-sensitive hearing. Produced for just $17 million, the film launched a franchise that has earned approximately $892.6 million worldwide. Writing begins with thinking. The concept establishes and resolves the core questions of your story. Improvising seldom works. The craft lies in distilling complexity into sharp, essential terms. In Breaking Bad, a chemistry teacher facing terminal lung cancer partners with a former student to cook meth so he can provide for his family. The concept frames him not only as a protagonist but as an anti-hero shaped by mortality, family, and financial desperation. High-concept stories are plot-oriented and event-driven. They often take the form of action or adventure narratives, such as Terminator, Lethal Weapon, or Indiana Jones. George Lucas' Star Wars, 1977, became the blueprint for modern high-concept storytelling. His concept was, a farm boy joins a band of rebels to rescue a princess and destroy a planet-killing empire. The production budget was $11 million and grossed approximately $775 million worldwide. The Star Wars franchise can be distilled into a single high-concept line. In a galaxy torn between tyranny and rebellion, ordinary beings rise to confront destiny, power, and the eternal struggle between the dark and the light. It remains one of the highest-grossing film franchises in history at $10.3 billion worldwide. Low-concept stories are character-intensive, focusing on the protagonist's inner life and emotional journey. These are often personal interest dramas like The Danish Girl, Forrest Gump, Mr. Holmes, or Irrational Man. Oren Peli's ingenious concept for Paranormal Activity dealt with a young couple who become increasingly disturbed by a demonic presence in their home, capturing the haunting on their video camera. The film was produced for about $15,000, with an additional $200,000 later spent on post-production after Paramount acquired it. The total franchise gross was $890 million. Titanic was driven by large-scale events and character-driven. James Cameron famously pitched it as Romeo and Juliet on the Titanic. The production budget was $200 million. It has earned $2.264 billion worldwide. You are not writing prose or an essay. You must find the essence of your story and express it in the clearest possible terms. Your concept needs a hook. A strong hook contains emotional conflict and a glimpse of the human condition, something specific yet universal, familiar yet fresh. It should make the world feel larger and the human spirit more complex. Producers, investors, and publishers will want to read your draft. Audiences/readers will want to experience your story. A strong concept is the first step toward being read, optioned, produced, and published. Your task is not to tell the story, but to sell it. Create desire, clarity, and intrigue in as few words as possible. Like poetry, every word must count. Concepts can arise from classic dramatic concerns: identity, self-worth, class, or fate. or from a simple situation A kid is left home alone and must defend his house from burglars. Audiences seek entertainment, but they also want to walk away with insight or a feeling of discovery. Good concepts use what audiences already know and promise strong roles for actors. A concept proves its uniqueness when, once realized, it closes the door for imitators. Twister began shooting and every other tornado project vanished. A compelling concept must be unique and irresistible, something that draws people in. The function of a great concept is to capture the essence of the story, not its dialogue, not its twists. It must feel worth investing in, both financially and emotionally. Think of a great concept as a National Enquirer headline, instantly gripping, instantly clear. Audiences go to movies and read books to experience something they've never seen before. A strong concept promises a new experience in a single breath. Read widely and constantly. Stay alert to real-life dramatic situations and ask yourself how they might become movie stories. Update the classics, juxtapose genres. Take a successful drama like The X-Files and imagine it as a comedy. You get Men in Black. Transpose and update settings. Outland is high noon in outer space. Push your idea all the way. Go past the obvious ending and expected genre to discover a unique twist. Think of what Ryan Murphy did with American Horror Story and kill your darlings. Every writer has pet ideas, don't get stuck on one. Write the story, get it out of your system, then move on to the next concept. Write from love and passion. Forget what you think is commercial. Focus on who your story is about and what the core conflict is. Creating a concept is your first act of authorship. It is the moment when imagination becomes intention. It is the moment when you say, this is the territory I want to explore. Everything that follows, premise, structure, character, theme, grows from that initial act of vision. A concept is not the whole story, but it is the story's beginning. It is the spark, the soil, the compass, the promise. It is your first invitation to yourself and to the reader. Come with me, there is something here worth discovering. A concept is the imaginative seed that gives the entire narrative its direction, energy, and reason to exist. Robert Kosberg, author of How to Sell Your Idea to Hollywood, stated that the essence of a high concept is that it is both brief and provocative. It provokes the imagination and promises that big things are going to happen out of an ordinary situation. The test is whether you can describe a provocative film in 1 or 2 lines. If someone else were to look at that description and ask, but what is the film about? Then you don't have a high concept. In our next video, we'll explore the right premise. A premise is the story's promise. It tells us who the story follows, what they want, what stands in their way, and what the narrative will explore. Like and subscribe for more content from The Writing Studio.